and all that good stuff. This is going to be a good game. Once again, it's on Hard Rain Downpour, which is a competitive version of Hard Rain created by Xeon and Co. And yeah, looks like we are ready up here, so we should go ahead and do a roster rundown. You can go take away Alerion since they are your European team, and I'll do Apollyon.
I will do, but it looks like we are going to see the survivors baiting up the traditional hit on top of the burger tank. Spawns are positioned extremely close, and it looks like they might want to go while the survivors are up top, or at least when one or two of them drop. We do have the opening hit of a charger, jockey, spinner, and a smoker, so it's a good damage potential. Of course, great separation if you get that jockey and a separated survivor. But so we're just going for the traditional bait out here of commons. Commons have been taken out, survivors are now dropping. And the hit is coming in, smoker and jockey from miles behind. Charger gets the spawn relatively close and gets the charge as well. They're not going to get the clear, the spit is going to go down on that. The charger does get 2 slams in. That's going to be about 70 damage going on Alice.
Yeah, so good matchup coming out there from Apollyon on the first hit. And for Team Apollyon, we're going to have Super Lust, who is tagged up as Lastion, Kermit the Frog, a.k.a. Grizz, and their fourth will be Tikataka, which I'm assuming is Acer.
We'll go with that. And for Team Alerion, we do have Vex, Danny, Razor, and a gentleman whose name I cannot pronounce. Simi, is that not? Is it Simi? I don't know. We do see a Boomer going in though in front, and does get a proxy on one survivor, which is Coach at the front. We see a pull going out in the back, Charger coming in, gets the intercept, Spit is coming in again. They have cleared the Charger, but the Spit is going to go down, and Coach is palm block. So once again, solid amount of chip going in. All the charged Spits have landed, and that Smoker is going to get a despawn. What's the tank at? Tank's at 55%, so that's going to be the traditional sort of underneath this house tank, I imagine.
Yeah, you know what?
It might be in this area.
I'm not even going to use Tab. I'm literally just going to use the Spec HUD this entire game. Because Tab... Yeah, Tab just literally takes up too much of my screen, and it's the most annoying thing to actually have in a, like, micro.
Well, we do have another hitter for the SI. It's going to be a 2-2, unfortunately, but they do have a Hunter, Boomer, Jockey. Sorry, it's 3-1. We do see the Boomer going in front, getting the Boomer on one survivor. Hunter's jumping in, Tank has been triggered, Jockey gets a momentary ride, Hunter has been cleared, Smoker's just running for dear sweet life, but he's screwed. Survivor's pushing outside into the more open area. There's a Honda flying in, and we don't have Warren. Survivors are going to choose to take this tank in a traditional spot underneath this house. It does seem a couple more places for the SI to sort of get in, and a nice place behind this sort of wilding fence with Boom would spawn if the tank can push the survivors into that corner. Once again, there is another opening as well for the SI to spawn on the other side of the fence and walk straight through just under the house. So some nice additions.
Yeah, there's definitely some more areas for the SI to definitely get in here. Even the tank can commit from the other side of this fence here. I believe this wall right here is even breakable. We do have a Boomer spawn up on the roof there. Gets a single boom out into Coach here. The tank doesn't look like he wants to commit just yet, though. Actually, no, he's going to go ahead and jump in. He is going to commit to the single boom here. Boomer's still up as well, so he can drop in and get a good proxy.
Yeah, he's just going to drop in and go for the proxy. Tank does have a very quick corner over that Boom survivor. Misses the second punch, but gets another one in. Boomer's going to fall right in, gets a proxy on another survivor. Charger gets an intercept and a double charge off that. Charger has now been cleared, but the tank is going ham. Spreading that love. Coach is going to go down, tank is going to get killed. Smoker unable to get the intercept hold. But look at that damage. Vex is down to no perm at all. He does actually take us down. So that's 2 full downs off that tank. And I think he got like an additional love tap in on Michelle as well, just for some additional damage. But they survived the tank, which is important.
Yeah, that's definitely the big milestone mark here. You definitely want to see Alerion actually make this tank, because you know Apollyon is most likely going to make this tank, unless some sort of quad boom lands. Or I should say Apollyon. We have 2 teams starting with A here. But Apollyon has some really top-notch survivor play. It's pretty much what they're known for. I wouldn't even say, like, I mean, their SI, their tanks are pretty good, but for me, their survivor play is what a lot of teams have a hard time cracking. It's not often we actually ever see them wipe here, but we're going to see another attack coming up here. It's going to be a Jockey, Charger, Hunter with a Spitter. Hunter pre-spawning, Jockey as well going in. Everything is warping in, and Charger completely missing there. I said warping because he actually warped and then hit the ground and just kind of stood there for a second. But everything got shut down very effectively, nothing landing, and the Spitter's the only thing left up here. I don't know if they're going to kill it off. No, Spitter's going to stay alive. Retreat and, you know, attack another day.
Shut down, and that is actually the first Charger that has missed for Alerion. That's right, for Apollyon. But there are 2 previous charges, neither charger during the tank landed. The charger during the tank actually got a double charge. So they do have another hit here. The survivors unfortunately can't choose to take it back over this van yet. Because this is the way that you return on map 4. There's a little stairwell, there's a little white van to the right of the survivors, sorry, to the left of them. But there is a witch up ahead. Jockey has pre-spawned above the survivors, and so is the Hunter. The Spit is still running around in ghost mode, and the Smoker is poised outside on top of the shed. It's going to be an audacious pull, though, because he's going to be trying to pull someone from a window outside there. The Survivor's taking their sweet time. I don't really know how much they can afford to take their time, though, because they do have 2 bleeding. Which has been triggered. Where is she? Smoker gets that ball, gets cleared very quickly, though. The Jockey and the Hunter coming in. Hunter gets the pound, Jockey unable to down, Witch gets an in cap. And Coach is going to finish her off with the assist of an axe. But that's another down for Vex. That's him black and white now.
Yeah, that was actually a really good juke there by the Witch. I thought she was going to come out the front door. Instead, she actually hopped out the window. And I think even the Survivors were taken off or taken by surprise from it. But yeah, Survivors are going to take care of that Witch there, but not before grabbing another in-cap, and that's going to send Vex into black and white. Donate 1 in-cap, and the other 2 Survivors, they're the real meat of this team right now. They have all the health bonus. And I don't even think a single one popped pills yet. No, they haven't. But an attack gearing up here. Boomer going in, not finding a hit, though. And this Charger has pre-spawn with the Smoker. Smoker going to pull. Charger going in. Nice double charge inside the house. Spit goes down top of the charge. And that's going to be a lot of damage going out onto both Ellis and Nick here. And that's going to do quite a bit of damage to the health bonus. Nick is sitting in the Spit after that charge. And, yeah, that definitely hurt that health bonus there.
That'll be the last hit of the round for them, but they've done a tremendous job of just destroying what bonus they had left. 2 full in-caps, 1 Survivor, black and white. I mean, it's good that Alerion have managed to make safe from. They are going to take the remnants of a full hit here, maybe about 3 spawns, but the Jockey is rocketing in, charges up with a spawn on the roof, Boomer spawns in behind, gets a Boomer on 1, Charger comes straight in, gets a fist in on Nick and stumbles him off. I'm not sure if the fist registers there. Look at that. There's a delay spit going out as well, and Coach almost taking a dive in that spit. But that is going to be safe from 14 with Alerion. And they do make it in with all 4 Survivors and a respectable 232 health bonus and 34 friendly fire damage.
Yeah, so really nice showing there by Alerion in the first half here, making it the safe room with a semi-decent health bonus. Once again, a 232 puts them at a 732 score for the round. And that's not too shabby at all. I mean, they're going to have to, you know, definitely step up their side here, though, because now we're going to see Apollyon starting off their half. And Apollyon, once again, they have quite the Survivor play to break. They're very well known for the Survivor play. And if you guys are interested in this chat or in this map, I saw quite a few of you guys asking about it. You can find it on Left-Footed Maps, Hard Rain Downpour. It will give you a link. It's made by Xeon. I know there's one fraudulent version of it, which isn't real, obviously. But look for the one created by Xeon. He's also helps out with the graphics for stream and such. Huge shout out to him, and this map is incredible. I thoroughly enjoy it. It's also, as someone else said, it's on the workshop for Left 4 Dead 2. So if you go to the workshop, you search Left 4 Dead 2 underneath the Left 4 Dead 2 title. It should pop up, and then you can subscribe to it, and it'll automatically update whenever he makes an update to it. But with that being said, we're being live here with the second half. Apollyon looking to strut their Survivor play.
With the ease in which the workshop adds now for adding custom campaigns and shit, there's no reason why this map should not replace the standard hard rain in every upcoming tournament.
Reloading.
Yeah.
Like, there's no significant glitches in the map. It runs perfectly. Everything works. The pathing on the common is fine. Everything that needs to be ironed out has been ironed out. Apart from, the map maker is never happy. He'll continue to edit the same map for years to come. But I don't see anything more significant enough to come to the map, which is going to require it, to be reviewed for upcoming play. But opening hit is spawned up and it is coming in now. We do have the Smoker on the roof. Charger repositioning himself. Gets spawned behind the van. Jockey lands. Charger almost gets the intercept, but gets level for his troubles. Jockey gets cleared. Spit goes down on nothing as a result. But not bad. 24 points of damage going in there. Most of which going on Coach, aka Grizz.
Yeah, we see Grizz dropping down to 83 health, and also Lust dropping down 91 there. So quite a bit of damage come out from Alerion on that first hit. Very straggly type though, or straggly type of hit. It wasn't all at once, and it kind of came in at different times, but still it got the damage, which is what it was about. With that being said, we can see Apollyon here. It's gonna kill me, their names. Their names are so similar. But Smoker spotting in the back here by the alarm car. Getting wall there a little bit through the fence. Boomer going in for the rocket, not gonna find it, though gets popped. And I think Apollyon was just waiting here to see if they could bait out the attack, and they did just that. Actually, the Smoker can drop down to 83 HP here. He will grab the despawn, though, so he'll get half of his missing HP back here. And now we're gonna see that. I think that's Jockey up front. Yeah, Jockey Charger with the Smoker. See what they can do here. They might just wait for the Spitter, though.
It looks like that's what they're planning to do anyway, but Apollyon wisely aren't sticking around for too long. They're doing a pretty you know, slow-paced job, very defensive for Apollyon. Usually, when you see these guys take out a hit and they just hammer it and sort of make it the next trip. We are seeing the attack come in. The jockey gets a nice rocket in from behind. Everything else is spawned from the front. Smoker unable to get the pull for the charger. The charger gets mowed down, and once again, Spit goes down on nothing. So that is going to give the survivors access to this open field area, which will trigger the tank spawn and will allow them to sort of get pretty comfortably underneath this house without any real SI to slow them down.
Actually, they're not even going to go there.
Set out.
They're actually going to run
they're
back
going
here.
back.
So Apollyon...
This is a pretty good place to take the tank now. I mean, there is a Honda to hit, but at the same time, there's so many obstacles for it to get stuck on, and the tank has to go pretty much out of his way to obtain it.
I mean, this could be...
Here comes a Honda.
Is this white car hittable? I honestly don't know if that's the white one's hittable. No, it's not. But tank working his way right now in the hands of Razor, or Razor if you will, 14 to Alerion. Gonna go ahead and toss a rock at Coach. Coach getting common locked there by one common, and he ends up eating 48 damage because of it. Tank going for a jump rock, looking to down Coach most likely. Actually curves a rock over towards Nick, and the attack is coming in. I think something did land on the Coach there in the corner. I think it was 100 indeed it was. Tank going for another rock, lands it onto Ellis. And this tank is just spraying the love right now into Apollyon, but he's gonna die here as soon as they reload.
The wing caps coming out from the tank, but great amount of chip going out. It's just a shame that the SI were a little bit uncoordinated. Just as the Hunter landed, I think the Smoker's tongue got cleared just as the jockey landed as well. So a bit of a shame, but I mean, Apollyon did a pretty solid job of taking down the tank. Yeah, they take a couple of unnecessary hits that they really shouldn't have taken there. Especially Coach. I mean, he got stuck with that one common that kind of screwed him over. But we are going to see another hit for the SI coming up in 1 second. They do have a Charger Boom, a Spitter, and a Hunter. So it's a 2-2, but it's a good 2-2 to hit on, especially in the area. And I'm not sure about this one, actually. I thought they would have saved it until they went inside the house. Just to land that charge split.
Yeah, so we see that Hunter pre-spawning over on the left roof here. Looks like they want to throw it in, unless the Hunter's just going for distraction. But no, he's going to go and actually lands out onto Coach. Burmer gets popped, but not before landing its target on Nick. Charger completely whiffing, and Spitter having or being forced pretty much to spit down on the ground onto nothing here. And the thing is, the SI still have like another 2-3 attacks, possibly, depending on how the 2 attacks land. Like this map, the thing that a lot of teams like about this is that the map is so much longer than the original hard rain maps. It actually shows off if you have that good of survivor skill, because this map isn't that easy to make. But we do see survivors pushing inside the house here. They're not going for the witch just yet. I don't know if it's because they misinterpreted the layout of the house, but now we're going to see the SI completely spawn up here for the witch. Coach actually going in for the crown, gets the crown, just walks up to it with the SI just scratching her, and actually still lands it.
Well, I thought they were going to slow down initially because I think they overestimated just how fast they were actually moving. And at the same time, they still had a lot of common trailing in from them from that single boom back at the previous hit. We do see a pull going out, though, on Nick, I believe it is, on the inside. But Coach just man-mode and going up, taking the crown, skeeting the Hunter, and M2 in the jockey, and dodging the Smoker tongue as well, so hero mode Coach. And unlike earlier, no mistakes, they do make it out with all 4 survivors in tow. They've got a pretty damn comfortable health bonus as well. They haven't suffered any in-caps. They do have a pretty nasty charge hit, though, but the survivors are going over the roof. So, very wise use of the alternative map routes. And it's going to put them right outside the safe room door in a much better position to sort of take out this hit. Do see the Charger and the Spitter looking to come from above the safe room. Jockey is also now repositioned there as well. And that final spawn is going to be that Hunter. He has spawned up, Rochelle has caught a glimpse of him. But here we go, damage bounce potential and everything else. And Apollyon still have a good amount of HP as well, so they're not by any means going to rush the solid straight into the safe. Jockey does come in from above though, gets M2'd and pushed away. Hunter does land momentarily on Coach. Charger lands as well. Spit's going to go down on that. It is all in on Coach. Thankfully, he took the wealth of... Sorry, it's on Nick that the charge bit went down. But he's out of there without taking an in-cap. So 3 sets of pills on the person, 4 survivors not going down. And they do make it in. Team Apollyon in the first round of Survivor with a very respectable 468 bonus. So gives them a good 400 points going into this map.
Most certainly. So we're going to see a score differential of about 200 and, what's that, 56 going into the second map here. So not too shabby there by Apollyon, showing off their survivor play and that they can actually handle themselves and the SI. And Alerion on the back foot here. I mean, after, once again, last weekend, one would assume that Alerion would come out of the gates, you know, guns blazing. But Apollyon, they change up their pace. Like they originally like they're a team known for moving fast. Like it's just what they do. They run it pretty much as fast as they can after each hit. But we saw them take a lot of hits there very methodically and slow things down to their own pace, and it allowed them to really handle the SI on a level, on another like level.
Well, it goes to show that by no means do Apollyon underestimate their opponents. I mean, their traditional style, as you mentioned, of sort of taking hit, powering through as much as the map is humanly possible for a split second before the next hit is up, and then sort of holding their ground, baiting it out, doing whatever it is they need to do to make it through the choke. But with this map, they seem to be a lot more cautious. Definitely, they seem to slow down at sort of a good sort of 3 to 4 seconds before the hit's even up, as opposed to, well, other than that witch crown right at the end there. That's the only time I saw them rush in the previous round, or at least rush to the normal standards of deal with it and then progress. I mean, you know, it's only 200 odd points, so I mean, it's by no means over yet. But I think this map will be a real test. I mean, it was a pretty heavy endurance map back on the original campaign. I think with the additional changes, especially in the way that the tank is now able to get to some places that he would otherwise have to sacrifice, you know, a solid 1.5 to 2k HP to get to, especially on top of the sugar vats in the open areas. So, I mean, that works in the SI's favour as well, because, you know, there's nothing worse than being a tank and realising, oh, Christ, I've got to commit like a quarter of my HP to go and get into a better position to, hopefully, maybe land a rock.
Yeah, I definitely do appreciate the alternate routes that are actually in this map here, especially for the SI. I don't know when this tank's at 51%.
Did you just say routes? Oh, God, just so American.
Thank you. But no, with 59% tank, I think we will see the tank maybe utilize a different route here than what's in the original hard rain. I mean, there's just a lot of new spots for the SI spawn, a lot of new places to play the tank, you know, the tank himself. And it makes rocking actually a lot more favorable. Like in the original, there weren't all that many really good rock places, especially in, you know, hard rain 2. But, you know, in this version, there's a lot of places you can rock tank from, which is something really nice, because I haven't seen a lot of good rock tanks lately. But starting off the round here, we're going to see Apollyon over on the team. The smoker pulling out pulling Ellis out of the building there, and everything's getting shut down very handily there by Apollyon. And the only thing left here is that boomer.
Well, this is where the sort of the strength of the 4 shotguns comes into play, because you just mow through these common. Boomer didn't get a spawn even on that last attack, so they'll have to be cautious here. They definitely counted that they only killed 3 of the SI on the previous hit. But we do see Apollyon pushing out to a much safer place, killing in the common that are just trailing behind. And the SI do have their hit ready to go. It is going to be a 3-1 setup, that boomer from the first hit, and the smoker, hunter, and the jockey. Hunter has pre-spawned, everything's coming up. Smoker from behind gets a momentary pull but gets cleared. Hunter gets a 17 damage bounce though. So, boomer able to get anything. It's just that jockey left up, and he's just kind of considering his life choices. 'Cause depending on what he decides to do with himself, he's not going to be living for very much longer. But he's going to choose to despawn.
Indeed, so jockey will go and back out there, so he's going to go ahead and save himself. We're going to see what the next 3 SI spawns are for Team Alerion here in a second. It's going to be a spitter, a boomer, and what, a charger? Even a charger. Team Apollyon making the way into the next warehouse up ahead here. Charger spawn up, missing the free charge on Alistair, but a nice tri-boom laying on the 3 of the survivors, obviously. And we still have that spitter jockey up. I'm not too sure if they're going to hit, though. Jockey looks like he wants to go right outside this door, though. Spitter grabs the spawn. Jockey as well, taking the spawn. Spit goes down to separate the survivors, but Nick plowing through the spit to free his teammate Alistair. And good thing he did that, because that would have been a lot of damage, and most likely an in-cap on Ellis, actually, if he didn't.
Yeah, and Ellis didn't, Nick didn't really take much damage from that either. I mean, he was out of the spit just as it sort of started to pool, so he didn't take anything significant from it. But, I mean, at the same time, it's really disjointed the SI's attack. I mean, Alerion's now sort of still 6 seconds out from having their full hit. Tank has now been triggered. They are going to choose to send the hit in. The smoker is AI. Tank is up in the hands of Danny, and there is a charger running around in ghost mode as well. They do now have the hunter to complement, but they're going to be waiting for that final spawn, which is going to be the boomer. Smoke gets taken out, and we are going to see the hunter pre-spawn above the survivors on the salt vat or sugar vat. It's a sugar vat. The hunter is wall kicking and he is coming in. He's looking for that damage pass. He's not going to get it. Charger comes in. He whiffs completely. Boomer does proxy on one survivor, though, that is Rochelle. And the tank at the moment is just kind of like trying to keep some sight without sort of giving away his position. So not going for any audacious rocks. But the survivor's very, very, very aware on where he is. But he's only taking 200 chips, so he's still in good standing health-wise, but pass-wise, he's down to his second pass and he's losing frustration pretty damn quick. So I wouldn't be surprised to see the tank commit. They're a pretty nimble and pretty mobile capping support as well. And the tank is going to go straight in on this. The SI have spawned up, and they are coming in really early. Tank does get a rock in Rochelle, aided by the pull of the smoker tank, but the tank is getting railed at the moment. And the SI is still sort of picking their tank. Tank gets stumbled as well. Smoker gets pulled, gets cleared instantly. Gets taken out. Hunter looking for that damage pound, doesn't get it. There is going to be a clear going out on that Hunter by Rochelle in the back. Jockey does have a nice ride going in there on Coach, separating him from the rest of the team. Tank is trying to body block a bit and not take too much shit, but I don't think they're going to be able to clear that Jockey before he gets him around the corner. Oh, and a tank rock just for an additional kick to the nuts. Well, they do kill the Jockey, the tank is in a better place now, and the survivors are going to get the pickup. But that's a good amount of damage, full in cap going out. But I mean, aside from that, the other three survivors sitting very healthy. And it was all on Alice as well, who was sort of soaking up the damage from the previous hits.
Yeah, so a good use of the damage sponge there by Apollyon, but also a really good hit by Alerion. I mean, they still managed to get that end cap, which was a big thing. And yeah, this tank's sitting at 2,800 HP, so pretty much 3,000 HP. He can still make something happen here, get some good rocks, but if he actually commits, I don't know if he'll actually be able to get anything. He'll probably just die off here. But Boomer gets the spawn, gets a single boom out of Rochelle, and the tank's going to go up on top of the sugar mill here and going to go and throw some rocks in. Actually, Charger gets completely shut down there by the melee of Ellis, I believe that was, and the Smoker is still alive, but he's probably going to hunt him down here in a second. And down here just going to continue with his rocking for now. Down to 10% rage here, so he's on the brink of going second pass pretty much. And actually the rock connects on Ellis! What a rock! That hitbox, it goes for another rock, but it's not going to hit the smoke target there. But Ellis jumping up and down, killing off some common like Mario, and ends up eating a rock for his troubles there. What a rock.
He kicked himself if he watches the cast back because that tank had so little frustration. We do see a pounce landing in the corner though, and a jockey landing momentarily, also getting cleared very quickly. But now the survivors are actually starting to line the side pretty hard. But the tank is, back up to 85% frustration. And it looks like they're going to push forward. I think Apollyon is misjudging this a bit. I think they're under the impression that the tank is a lot lower HP-wise than what he actually is. I mean, his frustration isn't great, but he's still got 2.3k HP. That's a lot of rocks he can land.
Yeah, and if this attack goes in right now, they could trap them in here, and we're going to see that.
That's a really nice pull around the corner. Coach does get a quick clear, though. The rock misses. But this tank now has a lot of separation going on. The jockey's in there as well, just adding a bit of extra loosen. Tank is going to get another in cap, but he's getting beaten. Melees are out, but he gets a double punch. So, really good damage spread. Another in cap going out, so that is going to be Alice black and white on pickup. But they survived the tank once again. A really good recovery from Alerion there. I thought when the tank committed the first time that he wasn't really going to get much other than that sort of sniped rock that he got from the interception of the smoker tank.
Yeah, that was actually a really well played there, played tank there by Alerion. They milked that tank to nothing. I mean, when that tank committed, he still managed to get 5 more punches with a double punch that landed at the end there. So good on him and really good SI support as well. And yeah, we're going to see Apollyon not in the best of shape here going into the event here. The event here has also changed for you guys that haven't seen the map just yet here. As far as the inside of the sugar mill goes, there's no staircase leading from the first floor up on the left side. The staircase is over here on the right, or you can climb this ladder on this scaffolding, or I don't know what to really call it. But yeah, you can either climb the ladder or go up the staircase, lead you to the second floor, and then you have to take the staircase here back up to the third floor. And the map's also pretty dark, so if you guys haven't already, probably try and up the brightness on your monitors. There are some bright spots in the map, but for the most part, the map's fairly dark, I would say.
Well, they've got the hit they want near enough. It is a 2-2, but they do have the smoker and the jockey for the lead shank potential. I think they would really prefer the charger though, because this spit is going to die now. By the time the spit dissipates, he's still going to be about 8 seconds up on the spawn. Boomer does go in and sacrifice himself as well, just for that additional bit of delay. My mistake, this is not black and white.
I really like how the upper floor is really opened up. I don't know, it's something that lasts more response. But Jockey goes and latches onto Kosher and drags him off. That's going to be a ledge hang there. Smoker grabs another pull on the bottom floor out onto Nick, drags him down to the bottom floor. That's going to be a lot of damage. Ellis takes an handicap on the staircase. There's 2 survivors left. Hunter looking for a pass on to Rochelle. Not going to find it, though. Gets dead stopped and killed off. And Nick's going to pick up Coach there on the ledge. And Alice might die here, actually. He's taking a lot of chip there. And Grizz is dead.
Yeah, so we utilize it through. The jockey gets another land and gets a full in cap off that. Smoker is still up as well. He's going to look for the harass and at least get a pull off. They do get the pickup, but their health bonus is getting obliterated. Rochelle is the only one left with any perm bonus. Supra is now black and white. And a boom goes out in the back on Supra. The jockey is still up. The smoker is still up. Might even see the attempt at the tri-cap. Oh, Rochelle doing a good job though, baiting out 2 of the spawns, and a pause goes out.
Actually, Razor even paused the game. That's strange, seeing as how the SI are still, like, you know, in the process of the game, and he paused it. You know, so it's kind of hurting his team, I would think, because now it allows Apollyon a time, or some time, I should say, to actually, like, think out what is happening right now and how to take it down. I can't believe that Grizz died there. That was really, that was well played by Alerion, because that tech, in my opinion, shouldn't have had any grounds to do any damage. But the jockey set it off, then the smoker got the pull on Nick. And, yeah, it really went downhill really fast somehow.
It was just a little bit of miscoordination, I think, on Apollyon's side. They were in the right positions to sort of bait the hit. They just kind of seemed that one got a bit overzealous. Coach currently has a hunter pounced him and has killed him. So there's still 2 cappers up. There's 2 survivors up. Nick is getting calm into shit here, and he's got no HP to speak of.
Where is this witch, actually? Is she on the outside part of the shutter? I think she is.
I think so. Yeah, she's actually at the bottom of the staircase.
Yeah. For these guys that don't know, there is no longer a elevator here, which is pretty good. I mean, in normal versus as well, the elevator is like a really, really bad spot to, you know, take an SI hit because the spit spreads inside of it and whatnot. Here, we completely took out the elevator, or not by we, I should say, Xeon. Actually, Hunter getting absolutely railed there by Nick, and the Smoker Jezebel getting shut down by Rochelle. But yeah, instead of an elevator, we have basically a door here that opens a shutter. Just opens up, and then survivors just run down the staircase. This staircase is pretty treacherous, though. There's quite a couple of death charges that you can eat. So it allows the SI still some good hits, not the spit damage in the elevator, but obviously it's still something. The spit damage in the elevator has been around for quite a while in Bromod here. But yeah.
The SI are going to have to head up, and Rochelle is going to be the one who has to go for the witch because she's the one with the shotgun. So the survivor's going to hold up at the moment. There is a jockey coming in. It was going to come in from above them. The witch has been pulled. The survivors are backtracking up to the top. The smoker and the jockey waiting to go. Boomer gets a land in the back. Jockey gets a ledge hang on Rochelle, and the smoker's got the pull on the final survivor. So that is going to be the wipe. And the witch does finally get the in cap as well. So not bad. I mean, they do make it with a decent amount of distance points, about 483 distance points. But they don't get the bonus 20 points to kill the witch because the witch is still alive. And of course, I don't know, they were in pretty good standing up until that ladder choke. And they just kind of let slip there, so it's a really good opportunity for Alerion here.
Yeah, Alerion just really putting their best foot forward on that staircase hit. I mean, they got 2 kills on it. Basically, like 2 full attacks went in. Apollyon couldn't move. They were just in a continual process of getting everyone up and then, you know, getting hit again and then getting everyone back up. And it ended with 2 people dying. So that was really something, actually. And yeah, so now we're going to see Apollyon still up. The score will be 1,471 to 732. You guys probably can't see that, actually. Now you can. And so yeah, we're going to see about a double score differential coming in here for Alerion on their second half. But, I mean, they haven't gone yet. And as long as they make safe room, I think that's going to tie things up.
Yeah, making safe room alone will put them in the lead, actually, by a couple of points. We do see a Hunter pre-spawned right in front of the survivors. Go for that war pit, not going to get it. Spit goes down, double boom goes out. Smoker is unable to get a pull, but Hunter has now been skeeted. And we see the traditional blocking off in the safe room of the survivors. Wall of shotgun pellets raining through the open doorway, and the comm is getting obliterated. Plus side, SI will have a full hit by the time the the survivors move into the warehouse area. They'll probably catch a hit right just as they leave it.
I'm actually really surprised. I thought that...
Okay.
No, I was just going to say, I thought that Smoker was actually going to go for the pull through the spit. But I guess he wisened up to that, because with 4 shotguns on Apollyon, or on a Alerion, I don't think the Smoker would have gotten that pull, say at least.
Oh no, he'd been clear to say. We are seeing the hit come in though. Boom unable to get the long range boom. Smoker does pull out in front though, gets cleared, Hunter's jumping around, not getting anything, Boomer pops the one survivor, Jockey does land in front though for a couple of ticks, and Smoker goes in for a delightful little Rick James love tap. So we see some chip coming out, nothing really significant, but, you know, chip is chip.
Oh, certainly. So Lucy Survivor's back out towards the truck there, grabbing a little bit of ammo. There's an ammo pile back there, for you guys that do not know. And next attack is actually be looking to gear up here. Alerion is moving quite a bit slower, I would say, than Apollyon was. So we're going to see a Spitter, Boomer, Hunter, and a Jockey here. So a 2-2, a potential big damage 2-2 if this Hunter can land. And then the Spitter and Boomer kind of just dogpile on one guy, along with the Jockey even. But yeah, we're going to have the Hunter pre-spawning along with the Jockey. Looks like they're going to hit once they come out the staircase here. Boomer goes in, grabs that single out of Nick here. And the Cappers are coming in. Jockey gets dead stopped there. Hunters will get dead stopped and shut down. And the Spitter has absolutely nothing to work with. Ellis still treading through the spit there for a little bit.
Going on there. So it's pretty much near enough the same sort of damage as we saw last time. Nick is like really on his own here though. He's got a lot of common chasing him. But I mean, I think it's all going to come down to the tank. I mean, ideally for Apollyon they want to wipe here, but at the same time they kind of need to not let Alerion escape this tank with at least, you know, 3 survivors still sitting on perp. If they only get the single lane gap from this, then it's going to be pretty difficult for them to sort of shut them down.
Reloading.
Unless they get a big hit here, they would force a pill commit before the tank. This is essentially going to be the SI's last hit pre-tank. Survivors are just slowly kind of baiting in all these common that are trickling in from the boom that landed quite a while back. We do have the hit for the SI of a Boomer, Jockey, Smoker, and a Charger. So good separation potential, good opportunities to potentially get someone back inside the room, but they are going to wait for them to exit the room. Smoker has spawned up behind, looking for that pull-in on down here. Boomer gets a nice double boom from above, and that should trigger the rest of the spawn. Commons are now in, spawns are coming in, Charger whips his charge, Jockey coming in from behind, Jockey gets a latch on code, Charger's going fist sitting on that, and the Smoker gets a pull-in on the shell. So, once again, good, solid, even chip spread across all 4 survivors.
Yeah, most certainly. Apollyon definitely giving the damage out there. It's just a matter, once again, as you said, can this tank give Apollyon what they need? And it's pretty much a wipe or a hell of a lot of damage, because we're not going to see Alerion, I'm assuming, do what Apollyon did and get stuck on the staircase up here. But with that being said, Alerion will go ahead and trigger the tank here. Hunter goes in from behind, but switches over to tank there, gets killed off there in the end. And tank's in the hands of Kermit the Frog, or Kermit the Frag, if you will. And that's, of course, Grizz. So for his first round of SI support, we're going to see the Charger, Smoker, and Boomer looking to get him a rock here, maybe. Boomer looking for a spawn, not finding it just yet. Looks like he's trying to bunny hop around that shed from the looks of it.
You know, he's not taking much hit at all, he's taking about 200. But, I don't know, I mean, it looks like we might see the SI look to hit off this. Boomer is now going to spawn. They're going to try and pull in for the boom. They do not get either. Even the Charger whips, but the Boomer just proxy on Michelle from quite a distance. And gets the rock on Danny as well. Coach revealing himself a little bit too early there. Catches a rock as a result. And now with the traditional line of sight takes into play. But the tank, you know, he's losing frustration, but at least he's in a pretty solid place that if he needs to commit, he can commit and get in fast.
Yeah, most certainly. So we'll see just how hard they can actually LOS this tank. He's already down 50% rage. Suarez might be pushing out looking for some chip here, and they're going to do just that. Boomer actually still managed to land. Nobody was blocking that tree. Rock goes in, gets skied out of the air, though. And yeah, Grizz is still sitting on 45% frustration here, so not all that bad. Charger goes in, not finding anything. Jockey does land for a second there before getting cleared. And he's still getting some scratches, actually, on the Alerion. Another rock goes in, finds his target onto Nick. Alerion is just eating these rocks, and it's really prolonging this tank, which is not going to be an easy one if they continue on this path.
Well, look at the situation right now. They're going to have to commit pills on 3 survivors when that tank commits. Otherwise, one punch and they run the risk of being slow. Looks like they're almost baiting to go forward here, but the SI nearly have their full head.
I would agree with the call to move forward here, but they have to take one more hit. Because inside of that shooter mill, there's a lot of spawns for the SI, and if a boom lands in there, the Horde's going to have 1,000 places to spawn. And Grizz actually smartly repositioning himself here. He knows that they are looking to go forward here. Climbing up the ladder here, putting himself back inside the window. And that's going to halt any aggression there that Apollyon, or that Alerion hoped to show.
Still in first pass. Yeah, he's got about 4,400 HP. he's got more than enough rage to sort of sit here and belt some more rocks, and with the way he's been landing them, there's a very good chance that he can get a bit more out of this. And the survivors are going to be running out of ammo pretty soon, because they've been trying pretty consistently to chip this tank, and they're taking quite a few SI hits in this area too. And speaking of SI, here comes another hit now. Smoker spawns up in front with a jockey. They are trying to chip from range, but they're just wasting ammo at this point. Tank Rock does miss. Hunter's jumping around as well. Jockey unable to get the lag. Hunter looking for the damage pound. And he does get a 25 damage pounds. So, that's going to be another set of kills about to be committed. And Kisme's on the phone because Kisme's useless. Well, Tank still has 4,200 HP left. He is on his second pass now. He's down to about 30% frustration. And it looks like we are going to see a commit coming in here. No, he's going to position himself. He's down to 20% frustration. Yep, now he's looking for a rock though. Tank Rock does miss. Charger does land though. Charger gets cleared while in the charge animation. Tank has gotten close to the survivors. Does get himself a rock. Gets himself a follow-up pun. But then gets taken out with the 2 melees.
Yeah, most certainly.
So, Tank survived.
Yeah, Alerion did in fact survive the tank there, and really, once again, their main goal is just making the safe room. Making the safe room alone will put them in the lead here. It's just a matter of how much health bonus they're going to have upon it closing that door. And yeah, I mean, they have the pills to make it. They're finding pills left and right here. They're popping them, and we could see them potentially make that safe room. But they have like 5 or 6 hits left to take, so they're by no means out of the woods just yet.
Well, they've got no pills left either, so I mean, this puts Apollyon in a pretty solid position as well. They do have a charge spit now as well. And, of course, any damage is good damage at this point. We do see that jumping in though. He is going to get picked really quickly. Smoke gets pulled off on the shell. Charge coming from behind. Gets a double charge. Spit goes down. That's going to be 2 incaps.
Indeed, it'll be just that. A beautiful hit coming out there by Apollyon. Good lineup by that Charger and the Spit to complement it. Gets the double incap there. So really well done. And Alerion, they're looking for a leg to stand on right now because both their legs are being taken out.
No pills left. They've got 3 survivors slow. 1 survivor was about to go slow, sorry. And the only real significant bows they have, Rochelle's got a massive bullseye on her back now. And the SI have another hit. And I think they're going to go for damage here. It's a 2-2, but they do have a... sorry, they don't have a charge spit. I thought that was a charger. It was just a very bulky-looking boomer.
It looks like
Grizz... So, 2-2.
It looks like Grizz might go for this early boom here. Indeed he is. He pre-spawns. He doesn't take it, though. He holds the boom instead. I don't know if he's trying to reposition.
Potentially, but I mean, at this point, this works for the SI. The survivors are just bleeding themselves. He does get the boom, but he doesn't have to show himself. He doesn't have to commit to kill himself even. He might even just save himself and get the boom at the top floor. And they do have the potential for ledge hangs, which is always a good thing. Pull Rochelle off and ledge hanger, and then the rest of the survivors are just bleeding out.
It's so weird the server's not going up the staircase on the left. It's like, it messes with my mind as the staircase over on the right now. But yeah, so we'll see Team Alerion making their way up to the 2nd floor here, pretty much free of any SI attack, but this is where they're going to actually, obviously, encounter it. Boomer getting picked a melee there by Razor. Really nice shot by him through the wall, tagging down Grizz. And it looks like we're going to have all that's left is going to be that Jockey Smoker. Smoker misses his pull here. They bat out the Jockey. Jockey goes in, but actually gets the incap on a Nick there as he runs backwards into the Spit. So that's going to be an incap on the staircase, which is going to be pretty dire for Alerion here. And hopefully they don't wait for that next spawn to come up. Jockey goes in, gets another instant incap out onto Coach, putting them both black and white. And yeah, there's still that matter of the Smoker. No, actually Smoker got picked there on that hit, I guess. But now they do have the Hunter up in the hands of Kermit the Frag, or Grizz if you will. And that Jockey's going for the despawn as well.
They take another hit just as they trigger the event, but it looks like the SI are looking ready to go now. Jockey to get himself a despawn. Charger on Jockey from the front. Charger missing his Charger entirely, but the Jockey lands in front. That's a black and white survivor, I think. Was it a black and white survivor? It was a black and white survivor. Boomer does spawn up as well, and he gets picked without getting anything.
Yeah, they find 1 set of pills up top on the top floor, so they're going to go ahead and pass them over to Nick. He's going to pop them, but they still have Dane, who is a black and white survivor, and he's running low on HP here. So I don't know if he'll be able to make it. Maybe they'll find a set of pills or 2 downstairs. But Alerion, it looks like they're going to start dropping members here pretty shortly.
Well, if Apollyon can sort of focus his last hit to go in on that black and white survivor and at least get him killed, they'll have ample time then to have a full hit up in time to utilize the Witch with only 3 survivors up.
I would.
I mean, in that situation, you either go for the, you don't really have much opportunity to draw crown.
Oh, this is beautiful. I didn't even think about this. Apollyon showing off possibly a new tactic. Guess the pole on her shell. Charger comes up top. Charges through survivors off the top.
Oh, the karma charge.
That was beautiful. That's gonna be in a frag video.
Oh, it's a blood orgy.
I didn't even think of that. Like, I've seen this map played a few times, and I played it myself. I never even thought about doing that. The moment I saw that smoker there, though, I'm like, they're about to do it. And that charger played it beautifully. And we saw the white just absolutely crash down into Alerion's face there. Wonderfully played.
Oh, well, they just cut the legs out from underneath Alerion. I mean, they must have been feeling pretty good about that. They still had some health bonus. Still had all 4 survivors. Yeah, they had a witch to deal with, but they only had to take, like, maybe one more hit after that witch. And great attempted initiative there by sort of rushing the event rather than holding it out. Forcing the SI to reposition and reposition quickly, and then they still managed to catch that death charge.
That was just a really, really incredible attack. That was picturesque. That was the epitome of what you wanted to happen there. And Apollyon made it happen for sure. So we'll be going to the third map here, just playing a couple highlights here for you guys throughout the course of the first 2 maps. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to start doing like highlight videos of the week. I'll take like all the clips that I get of the highlights, pretty much just throw them into a video and put it on YouTube. It won't be edited or anything, but yeah, you guys will get to see replays of the cast, the highlights from each. And that's definitely going in the highlights.
Well, one thing about that is that I think Alerion just kind of looked towards the light and then proceeded to go towards it. I mean, they kind of cut their own legs off in an essence. I mean, they would have got another sort of 200 points making it to the safe room, and if they carried on with that bonus, they would have had at least sort of 300 bonus going into there as well. Maybe a little bit less.
Indeed.
But at the same time, it's going to be interesting now. I mean, both teams have been making, it's still that sort of 200 points in it.
Yeah, it's about...
It's still map 1, really.
Yeah, it's like 233 points right now. So it did go down, actually. Alerion clawing back a few points there. Really not much to speak about. I think it was like 40 points that they got back. But yeah, looks like we're going to be live here with the third map. First round, Apollyon. After that beautiful wipe going on at Alerion, looks like they're ready to show off what they have on Survivor for this map. And Apollyon, I have a feeling that they're going to be like the pioneers of a lot of attacks on this map. Like, I'm sure that attack you just saw, we're going to see later on today and tomorrow.
Ooh, 23% tank.
I don't think we've actually seen early tank here. I think we actually saw a team take it back here, but it didn't spawn back here. They kind of ran it back from the opening. They had Boomer spawn up on top of the roof there of the gas station. Doesn't go in and actually runs around. Looks like he just pre-spawned for the hell of it, trying to distract the survivors.
Well, I mean, the thing with this tank is it's a 23% tank, but I mean, there is a nice little warehouse up in front, but there's also a bullshit forklift in there. And we do see the survivors trying to pop this boomer. He does manage to get a boom out on one survivor, though. The Hunter and Smoker have spawned above on the gas station, and the spinner is coming in from above. They do get the pull and the count on one survivor, and put the split on that as well, just for some additional ticks of damage. That is quite a bit of damage going out once again on Grizz.
Most certainly dropping him down to 74 HP after the first hit here. So as you just said, beautifully played there by Alerion. And I think he was actually the charger. So maybe they said, all right, we're just going to gang up on Grizz here, because that was a really cheeky charge that he just did on this before. And tank comes up in the hands of, ooh, I mean, I don't know his exact name. I think that was, as you just said, Simi?
Simi? I'm not 100% sure, just be told.
Alright, well, regardless, it is, we'll call him Simi for now. Up in the hands of Simi. And survivors are going to go ahead and back up here and go back to the gas station to play his tank. He's working his car in, though. I think it flew into the cornfield, so he's going to have to get it first.
Ooh, pretty comfortable boom. Ooh, he might commit up that, actually. That's a double boom. He's definitely going in. We do have the smoker up above the survivors as well as the Hunter. Tank is going straight in, though, and he's getting railed at the moment. He does get himself a punch in on this, but he's not going to get close enough to get the corner. Oh, Rochelle gets pounced behind the white van. Tank is covering that. Smoke Pulver that just to delay them a bit. Tank is definitely going to take this in cap. He's still got pretty good HP as well. Smoker is still up to cause some additional aggro, and now there's a jock up in support. Tank getting a pretty solid long arm there on Ellis. Jockey is coming in. Smoker gets the pull. Oh, they just a little bit out of sync. they get the pounds and the bullet near enough at the same time to give the tank something to work with. The tank is going for the kill here with the car. He doesn't get the kill, he gets taken out. But that's a good amount of damage. Full in cap, solid spread on the other 3 survivors.
Yeah, we're going to see 3 survivors down around that 50 or 50 HP range. Grizz sitting at 41, Tikataka's sitting at 45, and I think it was Super at 67. So they're all pretty low here, and once again, Lust even taking the end cap there during the tank. And yeah, good tank they're coming up from Alerion and Simi. We're going to see another attack already looking to come in here. It's going to be a Charger with the Hunter and Boomer and Jockey. They should throw it in right now. I doubt they're going to wait for them to actually get out of this area. This looks like a pretty desirable area to hit in. Boomer landed onto Rochelle there. Charger lands on top of the overhang there. Not going just yet. Hunter works his way in though. Jockey, everything dropping in. Finding the marks to land. And Jockey looking to find something, but doesn't find anything in the end.
Well, it's still, this is still another long mark, even though you don't have to take, the whole sugar mill again. It's because of the detour and because of the hits that the detour opens up for the SI, especially these tight areas inside warehouses, ideal for charge splits. It gives the SI something more to play on, and it really does kick the endurance ability of the survivors into another gear as well. Because they're not going to be 100% familiar with this map to any extent of anywhere near how they are with the original Hard Brain campaign. But they are this is a pretty dangerous spot. We saw a bit of a blunder here earlier in the previous game.
Yeah, it's going to be a
Boomer does spawn above the survivors, and he doesn't get anything. He looks like he's just going to drop in, see what he get. 1 M2, 2 M2s, and the fat man gets pushed about, then pop. There is also a Hunter Spinner and a Smoker on the roof. They have all spawned up, they are coming in now. Smoker gets the pull, Hunter going in for that pounce. Almost gets the pounce, doesn't get it, and the survivors are out of the spit puddle. And just clearing through common as they progress to the next area. Which looks suspiciously similar to that area in Death Toll.
Yeah, I know. You and Jack were talking about this last night, I remember. And yeah, there are quite a few things here that seem to be taken from Death Toll here, but nonetheless, I love the building and the structures. I think he actually made them blend pretty well, Xian and NF.
It worked. And there is the sugar mill bypassed. Survivors have now pushed into the more open area that we're a lot more familiar with. And they do have a hit to contest with though. It is going to be a Jockey, Charger, Boomer and a Smoker, so great separation potential, and if they can land a decent boom, they can do a lot more to this health bonus, because I mean, they still have pretty good bonus on 3 survivors due Apollyon. Hit is going in, Jockey does land in the back, taking a long time to clear it. Charger gets destroyed, Boomer gets popped. Smoker does get a repull, but he gets cleared before he gets any real damage. So they're in pretty good standing, I'd say, at the rate they're moving and with the sort of position that they're currently on the map. I'd say they probably have about 4 more, maybe 5 more hits to take. But if they keep shutting them down like they have been doing these last 3 previous attacks, then Apollyon are in a pretty great position to make this map with good bonus.
Yeah, that's going to put Alerion just another peg down on the standings, and they're going to have to really, work hard this map, because that tank can be pretty rough, especially depending on how Alerion decides to play it, and if Apollyon even hold their first hit for that warehouse on the way back, which could be pretty bad. But the Witch is in play here, immediately gets crowned by Rochelle there. The SI didn't really have any spawns to work with there, so they couldn't really make anything happen. But they do have this charge hunt with the spit, so there is some good potential here.
Well, one of the problems with that tank as well, it's a momentum tank. We are going to see the Hunter pre-spawn in front. Look for that wall kick. He does get skeeted for his troubles though. Charger has now spawned up as well. They're going to have to commit to the attack. Rochelle's looking for the level. Charger is getting chipped by SMG from range. He does get leveled by Alice. Spit goes down. Catches Rochelle a little bit, but nothing enough to really slow the survivors down. But yeah, that tank is very much a momentum and an endurance tank. I mean, if that tank does too much damage, then you're in shit street for the rest of the map, really. I mean, Apollyon were lucky in the sense that yes, they suffered an in-gap from it, but no one else took any real significant damage. So they've just been able to feed that one person pills and sort of keep moving at a relatively comfortable speed. And they are right outside the safe room now. They've got 1 more hit to take. There is no spitter though. It is going to be a tri-cap with Boom, Smoker, Hunter, and a Jockey for capping support. Everything's rocking in from above. The Jockey gets, the Jockey does land. The Hunter land and the Smoker land. That's a really good tri-cap. If only they had the spit. The Jockey might actually get an in-cap here on Rochelle. No, he does get cleared before he gets it. So they do manage to make it. Only that 1 in-cap going out. And they do make it with bonus and all 4 survivors. With a successful Witchcraft.
Indeed, Lust just gonna limp his way with 1 HP left into the safe room, closes the door, and a 368. Yeah, I don't know what I just said. A 368 health bonus will be the final health bonus there for Team Apollyon. So not at all too shabby. A lot of permanent health left on the members of the team. And yeah, we're going to see Alerion definitely on the back foot starting the second half. And I mean, they were down, I think it was like 238 to be safe coming to this map. So around 238 down. So they're going to need like a 500,
managed to
600.
gain 1,000 points from there. I mean, it puts Alerion in a pretty commanding place there to make, you know, significant comeback. They know where the tank is going to spawn. They know, you know, they've seen the map being run, and they clearly know where to hit with their SI. It just seems that the first couple of hits for them went really well, and then it just kind of fizzled out after that tank, and nothing really solid landed. They landed a really good tri-cap right at the end, but unfortunately not the right SI to sort of utilize a tri-cap of that magnitude, really. If they'd had a charge spit instead of a boomer, then, you know, probably would have seen 2 in-caps go out from that. Maybe even more. We do see the Hunter pre-spawned above the survivors though, and it is jumping around looking to Kai jump up this wall here and go for a damage pound. Smoker has spawned on the roof. Boomer spawns behind the survivors, gets a nice tri-boom. This could be trouble. Hunter is going in on the inside. They do get the plants, sorry, they do get the pull onto the survivor inside, but he's out at the spit and cleared by Rochelle. Sorry, by Nick, before any real significant damage goes in. So a couple of points taken up from that boom. Such a shame that the SI really couldn't capitalize on that.
I mean, the SI had a pretty good opportunity with that tri-boom landing pre-attack. And as you said, just nothing else really happened from it. Tank should be up here momentarily. Indeed, there it is. In the hands for Alerion, or Apollyon, I should say. And it's going to be up for, or in the hands of Lust specifically. So Lust, very well-known tank, very well-known player. Been on a lot of top teams in the past, and this tank could be pretty difficult for Alerion to land. I mean, once again, this is a new map. Not a lot of teams know the good strats versus the bad strats. But yeah, we'll see. Lust push his car in here through the cornfield. It looks like he wants to play with 2 cars because he has this one and the one by the cornfield. But we have a quad boom landing on the survivors over by the gas station, and I don't think they know if he's bringing this car in or not. I mean, they got to hear him hitting it, and he gets the car in over the fence, I believe. No, it's actually still on the tank side. Hits the car towards the survivors. Almost. What? Nick just glitched on top of the car. Grizz even throwing out the question mark. But Jockey finds a pounce out of Rochelle there. This rock is sure to land. Actually missing Rochelle, though. And the Horde is all but done at this point. Tank has found his position up on top of the gas station. And that was about to be a bullshit Honda.
Man, the balance of bullshit Honda reigns true. The survivors are going to push forward. So this tank is going to have to give chase, and he's already on second pass. This could be no me gusta, or this could be very me gusta if they walk into this boom. Tank's going to forklift in this, so they don't want to hang around. Boomer does rocket and gets himself a double boom. This tank's going in, he's on 40% frustration. This is going to be a blood orgy.
Oh yeah, the double punch is about to be real here. Tank going in, lands his first double punch out on Nick, and Coach turns around, looks for punch, doesn't find anything. And the survivors are meleeing Lust down here. Smoke gets pulled, but he finds 2 more double punches. The punches of the tank are real. Lust still making it work right now, down to 300 HP, down to 250. Finally killed off, but not before wrecking absolute havoc across the survivor's health bonus. I mean, there's barely any saddle left.
If they couldn't get at least 2 in-caps from that tank, it would have been a bad tank for, you know, in Apollyon standards for what they wanted to see going into the 4th match. But perfect SI support. That double boom just aiding the tank so well. He got, I think it was about 3 separate double punches and then 2 additional multi-punches. And even before he, you know, bit the final bullet, he was able to get a punch in on Michelle just for that additional kick to the balls of the bonus.
Yeah, Alerion just not being able to shut down the boomers of Apollyon so far. I mean, if you count the boomers that have landed so far this round, I think it's 100% land rate. Because not a single boom missed from safe room to tank. And Charger going in here, actually chest bumping off of Nick there. Spit goes down to try and delay the survivors or separate them a little bit. But unfortunately, Nick finds the way back to Ellis soon there. And Jockey looking for Latcher here onto Rochelle, not going to find it. That'll be the entire attack up and down. And actually, that was a very well taken attack there by Alerion. And they have to start playing more like that for the rest of this map if they want to make the safe room with the same health bonus we saw Apollyon make it with. And actually, they're already below. I lied. They're actually already below the health bonus that Apollyon finished the map with. They're 24 points below it.
they're just catching every single boomer that gets thrown at them. Tri-boom to start with, then a double boom, then a multi-boom during tank. We do see a hit going in, the Hunter's jumping around, he's not able to get anything just yet. He does finally get a cap, but it's outside the spit. But they're just whittling down the bonus. The temporary HP is dripping from the survivors, and as a result, they're starting to move slow, which means they're going to take more attack. They do find a set of pills, though, which they have been given to and both committed by Nick. They are going to walk into another hit.
I was about to say, you could tell that Apollyon has played this map thoroughly, and they've taken time to sit on a server and actually look through each and every map, because they're hitting from spots that we haven't seen teams actually hit from so far. And I don't know if that's because Alerion is playing so slow that's allowing Apollyon to actually set up in these places, or Apollyon just knows the fastest ways to get to the places. But with that being said, we're going to see an attack coming in here. Smoker, a jockey charger with a spitter, so a good tri-cap, and a lot of potential. Charging a lot of damage, getting killed before you even get on the window there. And Smoker gets shut down immediately. Jockey, the last SI up, along with the spitter. Looking for Rochelle yet again, but Rochelle staying safe inside of the house there. She knows she is the only permanent health that the survivors have left here. And unfortunately, she dropped down there. So she's going to have to walk her way back around.
That was a very wasted attack, I feel, by Apollyon. They had them spawns well within time to hit on the SI, as on the survivors as they walked into that area. But Witch has been dealt with as well. And they just chose to let the survivors take the choke and then hit. We do see Boomer spawn in front of the survivors, once again landing another double boom. But they've already lost the spitter and they don't really have anything to do anything significant with. They've got a Hunter and a Smoker, but unless they can cap one of these survivors in the back, or both the survivors in the back even, I don't really see much damage potential coming out here. They do have the spitter now, but they're still 7 seconds out from their full spawn.
Yeah, I mean, these boomers are a huge problem for Alerion. They have not managed to shut down a single boomer yet this round. Smoker getting a spawn up front, grabs Ellis. This Hunter is looking for a DP. Actually falls off the wall though, so he's going to have to reset his pat bounce. Actually decides to go inside the shutter. They're looking for a shell, who is the health bonus. Not landing just yet. Spit goes down, completely whiffing. But that Hunter, needless to say, has found his target under a shell. Thankfully it wasn't in the spit though, but Razor losing a majority of his solid health bonus there. And that's going to absolutely drop the health bonus for Alerion.
Oh, they've got another sort of 2 attacks to take as well.
I mean, depending on how fast they move, this could be the last hit, because the spawns are still 8 seconds out. So
yeah, but they've got 3 slow survivors. Charger's going to go in preemptively, look for the punch down, gets a fist in on Rochelle, I think.
Yeah, I think he had 2 fists, actually.
Well, this is going to be the hit. They need to get 2 in-caps off. The Boomer goes in once again, double boom landing. We see an in-cap scratch go out, but the 2 remaining SI get taken out. Sorry, the jockey is still up. Just goes for the delay pickup on Michelle. The common are now swarming in another 2 boom survivors. This jockey is just harassing, going in for another scratch on Michelle. The Bile is going to be deployed. They do have a Hunter up, but unless they get a spitter, or at least something with a bit more bulk, like a charger, we're not going to get much of this. Hunter goes in for the scratch, gets a scratch down. Now they have the charger, they have the boomer. Charger gets a fist, gets a stumble. Boomer proxies on a second survivor. Smoker is outside looking for a pull, is that? Oh, I'm just making up, there's no Smoker. Yes, there is. There's a Smoker. I called it. I saw it coming. 4 survivors are still up. They are making their way to the safe room. Smoker is spawned up. Gets a pull in on Nick in the back. Almost gets the in-gap, but gets cleared. They do make it in.
Indeed.
60 health bonus.
Indeed, they do make it, but there's a difference of 308 health bonus points coming out of this map here. So that's going to put quite a big score between the 2 teams heading into map 4 here, around 541 points. So Alerion just falling a little bit further behind of Apollyon here. I mean, 1 wipe changes it all on these next 2 maps. And 4th map is a lot longer than the original. This map, it feels like it goes on for eternity, especially on the survivor half. But really, if Alerion wants any chance of actually taking this game back, they got to shut down those boomers. Because that had to have been at least like 6 or 7 double booms that landed that round. Like, it was 100% land rate. Not a single boomer missed.
Yeah, I don't think a single boomer missed there. I think the lowest boom they got was a single boom. That was it. Everything else was a double or above.
Like, that is...
I think they landed about 3 tri-booms that round even. So, I mean, you know... And it's just... When the map has been modified to add in that extra bit of requirement in the endurance category, you don't want to be catching every fucking boom you come across. It just slows down the overall progression you have, and of course, it's, even though it doesn't seem that much a punch here, a punch there from a common, it all adds up, especially when you're catching a boom every 17 seconds, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of teams have been saying this map definitely tests your endurance on Survivor side, and I would definitely be implied to agree with that, because there's just they're really long maps. They like, there's little sections that are added, as you said, but little tiny bits of everything add up. And the little house here and there they have to go through on the Survivor half, it adds another 1 or 2 attacks to pretty much the entirety of the map, not, you know, encountering all the other added places as well.
Well, we've got a 38% tank here as well, so I think this is going to be the early tank, you know, the one we traditionally see as soon as you vacate the safe room in the original version of the campaign.
Yeah, I think, if I'm not mistaken, these tanks also spawn in the middle of nowhere. Like, they spawn really far away.
It's Himalayan spawn. And we do see the round going live. Opening hit for the SI. My spec card is off. Should really bind that. But opening hit for the SI is going to be a Hunter, Spitter, Jockey, and a Boomer. So it's a 2-2. There's potential here for some damage. I wouldn't imagine a great deal of it, but the Boomer looks like he wants to just rocket straight in from this little archway above the survivors, which has been strategically placed above the safe room door. The Spitter's up on the roof as well. Hunter has pre-spawned behind the survivors at the bottom of the stairs. Boomer does fall in, doesn't get a boom. Jockey looking to intercept on someone. Hunter's jumping around. Nothing landing out of yet. Hunter does finally land. Jockey gets taken out. Hunter's cleared very quickly. Boom gets nothing, and the Spit gets something as a result. So 5 points of damage going out. Nothing significant. And the survivors make their way towards the next choke. And as you can tell, when they reach this house, they came through this house last time and fell out onto the street via the window on the top floor. This time they'll be going to the right of the house and up the ladder by this little minibus thing.
But before they can do that... Wait, what? It is up. Wait, what did I do? I put the spec cards already on.
I don't know.
I'm looking around, I'm like, what? But yeah, tank is going to be in the hands of Vex, 14 Alerion here. A really, really important tank, to say the least here. Lust just shooting down the rocks that he's throwing out the hole in the side building for right now. Boomer looking for a spawn here. Maybe he can land down to Apollyon, and if he does, it's probably going to force a commit, because there's not much else this tank can really do here. He doesn't have all that many cards to work with.
He's got nothing in this area. I mean, he does have a hittable just behind where the survivors are standing, but I mean, if he's going to run to that hittable, he's going to take about 3.5k trip doing it. Tank is going to commit, however. We do see the charger repositioning behind the survivors, behind the fence. Survivors are just going to hold this white van, and this tank is getting mauled. He does finally get a punch, and he does get range with his Honda. Honda is flying in. It's not going to get anything. The Hunter getting skeeted. Survivors wisely pushing forward here. Boomer forced to reposition behind the white car. Charger comes in, gets cleared mid-charge. The Honda is rolling around. Tank is feverishly trying to get someone. All he gets is the Boomer, and the tank is taken out. Single punch. Not the tank Alerion wanted.
Yeah, absolutely nothing come out from the tank on the well, anything other than that one punch on the LS there. So we'll see survivors quickly making their way through the rest of the map here. We're have to see one hell of a hit come out here from Alerion somewhere in this map to actually, you know, put a stop to that health bonus of Apollyon right now, because that health bonus, I don't even want to check my health bonus right now, but I will just for the hell of it. 936. They've taken, I think, 64 points of health bonus damage so far, which is really not that much.
Which is probably more due to friendly fire, because yes, I've only done about 29 points of damage. Do you see Hunter going in though? He isn't getting M2'd and shut down. There's a Jockey jumping around in the back. He also gets M2'd and shut down. Boomer spawning up in front of Rochelle, gets popped through the doorway. Attack dealt with flawlessly. Not a single point of damage going in for the SI. 2 of the SI still holding donuts. I mean, 3 of the SI are essentially holding donuts. Danny's got 1 point, and that's from I think a pounce with a Hunter. But the survivors are about 50% through the map now. And the only thing they've got in front of them is the Witch. But they do find the bios, so they can progress even faster should they sit us up. They're not far from the safe room, the amusement park. The Smoker does get a pull, Charger does down, Spit is going to go down, and that finally some damage for the SR. Smoker repull goes out on Coach, and he gets a couple of claws. But they're out of Spit pretty quickly as well, so they're taking about 60-70 points of damage overall thus far for the campaign. And they're right outside the safe room door. And that Witch is currently sat outside the safe room door as well, dressed in new sexy clothes. The crown goes in, the spray goes down, the door gets shut on Rochelle because of the likes Earth, the door gets closed. 860 health bonus.
That is really big. That is unbelievable. Tane calling vote to surrender. Give them Baggett for our lives. What? For you guys that don't know, I believe that the majority of, if I'm not mistaken, the majority of Alerion is actually French.
Well, this is going to be a very big ask. I mean, all the Apollyon tank has to do is land more than a punch, and he's already surpassed his predecessor tank for this round. So, I mean, it's already a very big ask to ask them to not only make the save from and match that bonus or anywhere close to that bonus. It's going to be quite another thing to ask them to make a comeback at this point. But we'll see how it goes. It's all going to bank on this tank, and it's an early one as well. I wouldn't be surprised, actually, because I didn't really see where the tank spawned. I think he spawned on the other side of the house. To see Grizz potentially go for another car and bring that in. Although it doesn't, just when I'm free specking around, it doesn't seem to be anything to really utilise for the tank. There's no dumpsters, there's no other cars really to make play of. But we are seeing the traditional, the Honda getting skeeted before he gets a chance to get anything. Jockey does rocket in from above and lands on the archway. Nick is trying to get into, he does get a landing on Alistair, and the boom goes out into survive. Once again, the booms, they land in.
We should just keep count. That's one double boom. Someone in chat keep count. One double boom so far. Let's just see how many are land for Apollyon. Because it seems like they have no problem landing booms, or at least on Alerion.
It looks like they're calling it after this map. The salt is real. Oh, so I'm still dealing with all the commentating from the double boom. Another boom spawns up, and once again, another double boom. We do see the Hunter and the Charger coming in. Jockey also coming in from the front. Doing a pretty good job. Charger does get a double charge. Jockey lands, Hunter lands, tri-cap. And they just made the tank irrelevant. Jockey is still riding. It does trigger the tank. Tank might be quick enough to, no, he's not quick enough to capitalize on it. Going for a rock over the wall. Does get the rock over the wall, but doesn't land it. And that's a lot of damage. They've taken more damage from that one tri-cap than they took from the previous round. And Grizz is actually going to go for another car.
Razor saying, "I French flag, we surrender." I mean, why? Taking Razor. I guess because he's French, you can say that. It's okay. And yeah, tank up in the hands of Super here, 14 Apollyon. Boomer once again lands out under a shell. And he might just commit with this. That car's not at all good of a spot. It's kind of just stuck out there by the tree. And he's going to start working his car from the back there. Good map awareness by Tank, positioning him without taking any chip there before getting to that car. Rock goes in, lands onto Nick there. And it looks like he wants to play with his car more.
Great HP to work with. His Honda has now been freed from behind the tree. And the smoker has spawned up as well behind the tank. Goes for a pretty audacious looking curve rock there. The Honda does get struck around. They're both pretty much out of play for him now. He's going to get destroyed if he goes through either one of them. Oh, Charger gets an intercept on Michelle. Tank still hitting the Hondas around. Hunter gets cleared. Tank clears the Charger. Gets that love tap on Michelle right at the end. But they survived the tank. They handled the tank better than they handled the tri-cap.
Yeah, most certainly. I mean, I don't know how much damage the tri-cap did exactly, but I know it was definitely less than a tank. As to how much better, I'm not too sure. But definitely that tri-cap might as well have been a tank. And yeah, so we'll see Alerion continue through the map here. I'm not too sure if they're actually going to play the finale map or not. I wonder if they're actually serious about surrendering, or they're just making jokes about being French. But yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised. Unless they make this for significant bonus, which I don't think they're going to do at this point. I wouldn't be surprised to see them GG it. Going into the finale when you're already down the points that you need to make the finale with, before you even take bonus into account is one thing. But of course, Alerion still has to watch Apollyon take their first round on Survivor as well. And with the way they've been handling the Survivor play, and especially how they've been handling tanks, I think it's pretty safe to say that Apollyon will probably make the rescue.
Yeah, I don't think anything's going to really stop Apollyon. I was surprised they took actually the wipe down the second map. But, yeah, so Apollyon throwing the attack here. Charger, Jockey, Hunter all working away in. Charger takes the Jock Survivor. Spit actually misses the charge. I don't know what the Spitter was really aiming for here. But Apollyon kind of botching that attack there. Should have been a lot more damage going on to Rochelle there. But yeah. We'll actually see Survivor's biling the witch, drawing her back towards Rochelle, and Rochelle does get the draw crown. Thank God. If she actually missed that, she could have possibly died. Her teammates were pretty far away.
Yes, I'm going to get like a momentary hit right at the very end. Boomer does rocket in, Hunter, Smoker, and a Jockey also. Jockey gets a land on the outside. The Hunter's there to intercept, as is the Smoker. The two survivors boomed once again. Hunter gets an intercept. Smoker looking to get that. Oh no. They're double capped outside the safe room. The Smoker is still up. The Jockey is still up. Rochelle goes down. There's one survivor up, 3 survivors down, and there's a Smoker with a tongue about to recharge.
Indeed, so this could definitely end in a wipe here for Team Alerion. Spitter has come up. Jockey lands onto Elsa, but immediately gets cleared off by the pistol coach. I guess that Jockey really did have that low of HP. That Spitter's going to hide behind the tree there. Does get picked up by Razor. Or Razor, I guess. And yeah.
They do get the pickups. But a bit of insult to injury. The Boomer is going to bond himself and gets emptied once, twice, and then pop. They do now have a Hunter. But it looks like they might actually get in the safe room this time. They were almost there last time, fair play to them, at least 2 of them got in. The Hunter is looking for that damage bounce right at the end, but the survivors are well aware of it, looking to get the ski before he comes in. They do get the ski. There is a Charger looking to go as well. Charger does spawn behind the survivor, Smoker spawns in front, goes for the insta-pull, gets the insta-pull on Michelle. And the Charger's not going to get close enough, unfortunately, to get anything.